Ezekiel Elliott's ass off this team. Man, saw this coming. I thought it should have happened before. Not necessarily him getting cut, but dude, he was not the best running back on that team. We all know it was Tony Pollard, who is now recovering from injury, so he got franchised. They're going to obviously bet on Tony Pollard healing and coming back as strong, if not stronger. But let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott. What a ride for him, man, because obviously he came into the league under scrutiny because of some of his indiscretions off the field. You guys know them. They're well recorded. But in his Zeke played for the Cowboys for 7 years. Damn, that was a long time. But it flew by. Ezekiel Elliott had 10,498 all-purpose yards. It's always bad when they say all-purpose yards first. You know why? Because that means we can't just say rushing yards and then add on something else. They got to give it all to you right there. They're trying to be nice to this boy. And led the league in rushing twice. There you go. Ranks third in franchise history in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. What does that mean? Behind Emmitt Smith and Tony Dorsett. Oh, that means something, right? Somebody else say third in the history, and you're like, what? Oh, them two? Yeah, I would take my bronze medal. Now, I knew that it was over for Zeke in terms of upstairs. In their minds, they turned the light switch off. When the last play from scrimmage in a playoff game, we see the Dallas Cowboys line up their franchise running back at center. And I'm like, I played running back before. If a running back is playing center, guess what? Coaches have checked out on your butt. Like, it's a wrap. So not only is he playing center, because I can get it. If you put him at center, but you got him running a nice route or whatever, maybe it makes sense. He had to sit there and blocks because the 49ers ain't stupid. We see Zeke at center, blitz his butt. Make him block from right there. He ain't going nowhere. Wow. And we all know how that turned out, right? He got posterized. Like Ezekiel got cockroach. He got dead leg. You know, I can't even do it in this chair, plus my belly. But he was like dead leg. He was just sitting there like, ha, ha. Woo! If they had won that game, the Cowboys, let me tell you how much they would have clowned Zeke. But when you lose a game, you can't go into the film room with them jokes. But trust me, if that's my boy, I'm hitting him with that. You got raided. Like a big can of raid hit his ass. He just sitting there dead legged. That was funny. Now, Ezekiel, here's the thing. You were in decline, we know it, for a while there. Then you got a little spike again, a little roller coaster ride. But the last 3 years, 900 yards, 800 yards, 1,000 yards, and none of those are Ezekiel numbers. Let's talk about why. Because a lot of times we hear 1,000-yard rusher, and you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And it's like, let's go back to math class. I don't know what level math this is for you, but 1,000 yards divided by 17 games, how many yards do you think that is a game? Okay, it's 58 yards a game. Now, you fantasy players out there, if I told you to go get a running back that was going to get 58 yards a game, you'd throw your phone at me. Man, shut up. I want no damn running back 58 yards a game. That's nothing. It's crazy how 1,000-yard season sounds so grand, but when you bust that thing down, it's 58 yards a game. Man, you get your sorry ass up out of here. So now people are saying, where is he going? Buffalo Bills was one of the first names I heard. Ooh, real contending team. Get him out the NFC to the AFC, whatever that may be. Look, I don't think he has a ton left. From looking at him and evaluating him, I see a short yardage running back with exceptional bursts. But between the 20s, I don't see an exceptional running back anymore. I don't see a guy who has that sixth gear. Now, I'm not going to go into the rumor mill, but I will be honest with my audience. About 3 years ago, a birdie told me that Zeke is doing a little too much off the field. And I was like, really? That's what's going on? And I was like, And then I think it was around the time where he got caught up at this festival, right? He got in trouble at a festival or something, right? And we know if you've been to a festival before, let's just say it's kind of easy to inhale and exhale air that's not pure, whatever it may be, or worse things, right? I've been to Coachella before, not tempted, but certainly offered some things beyond my normal drink and a gummy. Like I like a gummy and I love me some drink, but I ain't doing both at the same time because you ain't gonna see me no more. Night night. So Other than that, I know what goes on because I went with a group and one of the girls got on it. And I was like, your ass looking weird right now, so I'll see you tomorrow because I am not trying to hear how this night ended with you on that. And I remember I was at Coach O. I think that was a Kanye one or something crazy. Dope. Woo, Kanye killed that. But Ezekiel, I heard, was just doing a little more than the normal. And I don't know what that meant. And if I do, I protect the guilty, right? So I started to put that together with what I was seeing on the field. Like he was just burning both ends of the candles. What did Marv Levy said? You can't hoop with the Owls and soar with the Eagles. So Ezekiel is just doing too much, right? Okay, that makes sense. Then you start watching him run, and the legs just didn't respond to me. They look dull to me, dead-legged. It's kind of like right now, I'm watching Odell Beckham Jr. show some highlights from his workouts, and he's obviously had the 2 ACL injuries, etc., right? Still can catch the ball like none other. One hand, grab the point of the ball. Wow, what are you going to do? But I'm watching those subtle movements. And why am I watching those subtle movements? Because I noticed that when I started to fall off, those subtle movements were missing. So it's like this. When you are in prime shape and healthy and mindless, that means you are totally committed to yourself, right? You're in the zone, all instinct. Literally, your feet are typewriters to your fullest. Like me, I used to do that, bag drills, and then when you're not that guy, and I'm gonna show you how it really illustrates in the game. You're not that, you're not drumline anymore, but you're like that. Every time that you're in the air, you can't make a decision. Where somebody else, all of those contact points are decisions that can be made. That means he could go, that means he could, and versus dun dun. Now, if I'm a defender, dun dun is a lot easier to defend than. And he's lost that. We all know it. We all seen it. Can he regain it is the conversation. Sometimes it is as simple as a breath of fresh air and a recommitment to the game, not burning both ends of the candles as I heard through the rumor mill. Whatever is going on with Ezekiel Elliott, he's not too old in terms of turning the corner and all of a sudden getting himself back. But is he too beat up, right? 7 years and he used to get the rock. And we're not seeing it right now. So the only thing about it is, it's interesting. When I saw him, I only met him one time. And when I met him, I was like, okay, let's just say his feet were a little off the ground, right? That's the nicest way I can say it, man, because I don't want to kick him when he's down. Once you get your job and once you get your new contract, I'll tell y'all what that means when his feet were off the ground.